Hello and welcome to my channel, AB Make It Artwork, where we do what we do to make that artwork for you. And I'd like to welcome you to log day 16 of the Sketchbook Slam Challenge and Inktober. If you're new to my channel, new to this web series, this is a series that I'm doing of daily vlogs in which I show my progress for the Sketchbook Slam Challenge and Inktober. And if you're new to this channel, maybe hit that subscribe button, become part of the AB creative crew. We do art-like things and create sketchy content. With that said, I think we'll just go ahead and dive right in to day 16. So something that you should know is that I recently acquired these big calligraphy brushes from Amazon. They finally came in and I decided to play with them on this page. I figured I'd introduce them that way because I realized I don't have a lot of watercolor brushes and these are pretty alright. They came out being bigger than I expected, but I'm still very pleased with them. So I was practicing line width and just keeping my hand steady to get a straight line, and to see how thick and thin I could get the different sizes of brush to be. And this was some more testing, more practice with a brush to get lines and different line widths. And I did some circle tests and just played around with different ink washes. This is the concept page for FAT. I never actually got to doing the official prompt. But I'm thinking that for the prompt of FAT, I'm going to do this FAT Tanuki because for the Lana J prompt on day 16, the prompts were Tanuki and Windflower. So I'm thinking of mixing those prompts together and having like a really fat Tanuki because they're really cute. They're like a dog raccoon hybrid and they're quite adorable. I went back to playing with the video and I realized that I made a mistake in saying New Masters Academy. It's actually a YouTube account called Draw This that has the 2-hour specials. They're actually almost 3 hours. And with the gestures you get 21-minute poses, 10 2-minute poses, 3 5-minute poses, then I think 2 10-minute poses, and then a 15-minute pose. So yeah, there's the 3 5-minute poses, and this was the 10-minute pose. And it's like by this point I started to like notice things like she has her hair in a particular style. I really liked the shape of her lips. I thought they were a very nice shape that I thought was very interesting. But then I realized I couldn't just keep doing these 10-minute to 15-minute drawings because it got to be very late in the evening. It was actually close to midnight when I was finishing the rest of my pages. And I was stretching on to 1 in the morning because this is a different video from the same channel. So we're going into the 1-minute poses. And I decided to frame some of them because lighting has changed due to the cloud weather. Hopefully we can get through this and it won't look too bad. Tropical rainy seasons suck. But yeah, the male model had like these great poses that would be great for like fantasy kind of characters and like action heroes. I figured it'd be easier to see them if I framed them with color. So that took a lot of time. It's all dark. Try to just get through the rest of these because that's pretty much what I did for the rest of the pages, was fill in these pages with poses. And this is the last page, which I recorded it today before the tour. So you'll get to watch me draw this page and tell the story about the man in the window. And a little bit of my mom's story about a creepy guy that would leave very creepy messages. So let's get on with that story time. Alright, so today's story is going to be kind of short, um, but it has to do with my mom and myself. But to give a little backstory, this is kind of the experience my mom had with a very creepy stalker. And, like, I think she's aware of who it could have been, and she never really told me, or I just forgot the guy's name of who she thought it was. But there was this guy that was calling her, and he would do it often, and he would say very lewd, obscene things to her, and then hang up. And sometimes she would be at work, because she used to work at a mechanic shop. She used to manage it with her boyfriend, then fiance, and then eventually husband at the time. And there's actually a couple instances in which someone came by to her place of work and shot up the building and the garage. It wasn't when she was there though, or I can't recall exactly, but this guy was very, very much a crazy, creepy stalker. And so there's one time, this about the year when Jeepers Creepers came out, which is probably one of the scariest movies to watch when you're only like 7 or 8. Scariest thing about Jeepers Creepers is obviously knowing the history of the director though, like once you're older. But we're watching this scary movie, and then my mom says, "Oh, there's a face in the window." And at first I think she's just like, she's messing with me. I was like, "Mom, don't say that kind of stuff." And I'm freaking out. And so I refuse to look at the window that she's pointing at in our apartment. By the way, this is the apartment where I used to see the little ghost girl. And we're on the 2nd floor. We're the front house, 2nd floor in this 4-plex apartment. And I later found out that it was indeed true that there was a face in the window, that there was a person there, and that my mother later told me when I was older that, I think she actually mentioned it at the time, that there was a ladder at the window to our living room in which she saw the face in. And I think she just assumed it was the crazy, creepy stalker guy. And yeah, that, she was very upset, very worried, because who wouldn't be worried when they find out that a crazy stalker is at their house and knows where they live when they're there with their kids? I think my sister was at like some sleepover or something. I just know my sister and grandmother weren't there at the time. So yeah, that was very disturbing to know that there's a crazy stalker just looking in our window. Who had a kind of history of bringing weapons to wherever my mom was. And I think that's it for this story time. If you've got some scary stories that you'd like me to share for you, I will have my email pinned as the top comment in the comment section down below. And if you want to see the previous or next video, when the next video comes out, I will provide links in the description, as I've been doing with all of my log days. And if you want to, you can follow me on my Instagram. I try to post on the daily. Last couple of days, I think I've been kind of getting sick with a cold. I'm not sure, it's just a little bug that's made me tired throughout most of the day, which is why I'm like up really late drawing, instead of doing it throughout the day like I probably should. Anyways, I hope that you are having a very spooky and sketchy Inktober, Oktober, Drawtober, and that you guys make sure to do what you do to make that artwork for you. Goodbye.